Ever heard this one? That's a way, not the way. Keep this popular saying in mind during your transition. When you decide to transition out of the military, you'll be faced with a lot of choices. You'll also be faced with a lot of contradictory advice. What's right and what's wrong? The answer is simple. There is no right and wrong. Transition is subjective, not objective. Your transition is just that, yours. Your way may not be the same as your buddy's way, and that's okay. There will be things you need and things you don't. Think of the choices you have during your transition like a buffet. You choose what goes on your transition plate according to what works for you. When you go to the transition buffet, you'll be faced with lots of choices. Just like a real buffet, you might want to try them all. Or you might be afraid to try something new. Or you might want to try a few things, only to discover they're not for you and try something else. The important thing to remember is that you own the plate, just like you own your transition. The worst thing you can do is get overwhelmed by all the choices and choose nothing. Ask those around you what their experience was with a certain buffet item. You can choose which parts of their advice make sense to you. For example, you might be presented with 3 different types of resumes. They're all successful, so how do you know which one is right for you? Imagine you're making your plate, and think of the resume types as the protein section. One might be steak, one might be chicken, and one might be fish. You can pick one and go with it, or take elements of all 3 and craft your own. If you're not satisfied, go back and try something else. Just because you commit to this plate doesn't mean you can't change your mind. You can always go get another plate. When you're feeling full, your chosen items worked. We've all been there. Service members and military spouses who have gone through military transition are usually willing to lend a helping hand. All you have to do is ask. Find people who will support you on your journey. Keep in mind that all the advice you receive is based on the other person's experiences. For best results, start early, ask questions, don't be afraid to ask for help, and most importantly, own your transition.